You are welcome to another edition of the program, Project Africa. You know, Project Africa is a program where we talk about happenings in the continent, the African continent. Africa is our own. And you know what they say, that Africa is the next big thing that will happen. It's not that will happen, it's already happening. And today we are in Nigeria and we want to discuss leadership, security challenges, and the 2015 general elections. As you know, we are almost there, and there are mixed feelings here and there about what might likely happen, what are we expecting. Will there be elections at all, considering the security challenges that we have in this country? Will there be no elections and other things? And to discuss this today, we have two people that should know. I use the word that should know because they've been there, they know this country much more than me, if I would say, and they have one or two things that we are going to learn from. Don't go away. When we come back, you're going to meet our guest. You are welcome back. Like I said, it's Project Africa and we are discussing politics, security challenges, and the 2015 general elections, leadership you call it. And today on the program we have two people, like I told you, that should know. And to my immediate left is Comrade Omar Farouk. He is the convener, United Nigerians Forum. Comrade, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you, you're welcome.
And very close to him is Malam Abdulaziz Suleiman. Malam Abdulaziz Suleiman is the leader, Northern Emancipation Network. Malam, you are welcome to the program. Comrade, very quickly, you are the convener of the United Nigerians Forum. Let's start from there. What is this forum all about?
The forum is about building bridges, creating and reawakening sense of Nigerianity. It is an amalgamation of 102 pro-democracy, human rights, and non-governmental organizations. And most of the groups participated during the struggle for enthronement of democracy in Nigeria. That was from 1999 to from 1993, during the annulment of June 12 election, to 1999. During the peak of the struggle, majority of this association participated actively and gave proper account of themselves.
Okay, now you're talking about Nigerians, the Nigerianity, and other words that I was able to pick. Am I a member of United Nigerians Forum?
Well, you are a member by implication. You are a member in the sense that not necessarily until when you come here and register. But once you have the Nigerian spirit and what the United Nigerians Forum represent, then you consider yourself an automatic member. Not only you, any other Nigerian outside there. Because what we are trying to do is mobilize Nigerians, believe in our country, Nigeria, awaken the Nigerian spirit that's a bit shaky presently as a result of religious indoctrination here, there, and certain divisions being created by a section of the political class. But the truth of the matter is that as Nigerians, we can come together, we can mobilize, we can talk to each other as brothers, as friends, reawaken that sense of neighborliness, brotherhood, tolerance, Nigerianity, and friendship. That is the only way we can really say, yeah, as a people, this is our country, and as a people, these are the lapses we observe here and there, and identify the elements that are causing divisions, that are causing misunderstandings, so that we can isolate them and forge ahead as a people and as a nation.
Let's go to Malam now. Now, the Northern Emancipation Network, how is it different from the United Nigerians Forum?
It's not really, the perception is not quite different in operation and concept. Only that it's the forum, the United Nigerians Forum, is an umbrella body that encompasses or houses other affiliate organizations. Like you can see, ours is limited to the north.
Okay, when the comrade was talking, he talked about division, ethno-religious division that is causing problem in this country today. We are not strange to what is happening. Now, what would you say is responsible for this division?
You see, what is actually responsible is what brought about the establishment of the Northern Emancipation Network. You see, by going by its name, one would think it's a network out to emancipate the northerner from other regions, because that's the usual norm. But on the contrary, the Northern Emancipation Network is basically out to emancipate the northerner from himself, to save him from a bankrupt northern political and cultural leadership that has been largely responsible for these divisions, these socio-cultural problems. It's a fact, a historical fact, that this leadership from the north has held political power at the center in Nigeria for the better part of Nigeria's independent existence.
Okay.
And we believe it is part of, it is sufficiently responsible for these divisions.
Okay. The comrade now, the division, because sometimes everybody, even the ones that are, let me use the word in quotes, the ones that are sponsoring this division, they still tell you about the division, like when we all say corruption. Everybody's talking about corruption. So, comrade, this division, or let me use the word now, perceived division, what would you say is causing it?
It's as a result of inordinate ambition of, like I said, a section of the political class. And they are creating these divisions, quote and unquote, in order to gain political advantage. It is about politics. It is about struggle for power. And in a struggle like that, to some of them, they believe that it is fair for them to use any means at their disposal for them to achieve their set objective. As far as they are concerned, even if it is sacrificing ordinary Nigerians, defenseless citizens, creating chaos and confusion, Nigerians killing one another, as far as they are concerned, the end justify the means. And this category, this particular set of political class are so desperate that they will use everything at their disposal in order to gain political advantage.
Okay, comrade, you are talking about these people. You are the convener of UNF for short now, United Nigerian Forum. Now, do you think that your forum, your people, they will not become something else? Because there's this word I tell people, I tell them that, listen, you don't know what a man will do until you give him power and resources. When he has the resources, he has the power, you need to know him. Don't you think with this crusade, definitely, either by way of opportunity or by appointment, some of your members are in government already, some will still enter into government. Do you think they can actually carry out your objective, your aims and objectives to the latter? Don't you think that there will be a deviation later?
I beg to disagree. Because we are coming from somewhere. We have an antecedent. Within or outside government, we maintain that our time-honored identity. And no matter what, wherever we may find ourselves, that our identity will remain with us. It is not strange. People say one thing today, say another thing tomorrow. But within the same Nigerian nation, there are people that have been consistent, people that are credible, people that have been steadfast. I can name names. I can mention Balarabe Musa. I can mention Wale Shoyinka. I can mention Let Gani Fawemi. I can mention Abdul Karim Dayabu in Kano. And others, too numerous to mention. So it is about the individual. It is also about the setting. In our own setting, we have done a lot in terms of telling ourselves the home truth. And we know we are on the right course. Others elsewhere, engineering some of these things, trying to cause confusion and anarchy. Well, we are not going to say good luck to them, we'll say bad luck to them. On our own side, we are doing our best. We are talking to ourselves. We are talking to Nigerians. We are trying to bring out the fact that these divisions are artificially created. When you look at the overall result that we have on ground, we strongly believe that we are recording a steady and remarkable progress.
Okay, steady, remarkable progress, you say. Now, let's go to Malam. There is this problem. I don't want to call it a problem here. Let me just call it, there is a challenge. When you ask an average Nigerian that is outside this country, they tell you that Nigeria is a good country, but the problem we have is the problem of leadership. Do you share in that view?
Of course I do.
That we have a problem of leadership?
Of course I do. And you see, most of the leaders we have had in the past, to add something to what the comrade has said, have been consistently inconsistent, both in words and in action. They say one thing today and act another tomorrow. And all along, for all these years, they have engaged the entire nation in a battle for personal ascendancy. They are person. They just want to obtain power and cling on to it. You find that most of them come to government with no visible program, either for the state or for the nation. No program, they just want to be there because they feel they have to be there. So you can't run a nation or a state or even a local government council when you don't have a program of action. You see, why other countries of the world are stable in terms of leadership is that they already have a blueprint, so that whoever is heading the government has to abide by that blueprint. But in Nigeria, you find that you just come in as a person, present yourself, and meddle in whatever way you feel you can, to a point where we feel it's important to change names of institutions performing the same functions. Just because Farouk named it FEDECO, when Abdulaziz comes, I change it to NECO or something. The same institution performing the same function, but I feel that during my regime, I have to change that name, which means we don't even have stability in our perception of governance and the will to implement even that personal agenda that we have, which is why most of the leaders leave government discreditably.
Okay. Now, the comrade, you heard what Malam Abdulaziz has just said.
Yes.
From your experience so far, Where did we get it wrong?
All while in a new body. Recycling, recycling, recycling. And when you over recycle, at the end of the day, you should know what to expect. There should be a new beginning of some sort in terms of direction, in terms of leadership, and we also have to introspect what went wrong. And if we ask questions, there are ready-made answers. What went wrong? If I ask you, you know. If I ask any other person, if I ask Malam Abdul Aziz, except if we don't want to tell ourselves the home truth.
Nigerians, both here in the country and in diaspora, they want you to tell them the home truth. What is the home truth? What went wrong? From your own perception. Because they say that if you ask 20 people to describe an elephant, each will describe the elephant from the area he touched. So from your own perception, what do you think went wrong?
Insincerity on the part of the past leaders. Some of them, or majority of them, there are quite few good ones among them. But majority of them represent backwardness, negativity, and what have you. And that is the major reason why that after introspecting, then we have to chart a clearly defined agenda.
Okay. You're still watching Project Africa, and like I said, we are in Nigeria. We are talking to Comrade Umar Farouk and Malam Abdulaziz Suleiman. They are trying to do justice to what we have perceived over time as our problem of leadership, insecurity that have recently crept into us, and this craze every 4 years that we do election, the country is always a bit tensed up. So that's what we are talking. We'll go for a break, and when we come back, Project Africa continues. Don't go away. You are welcome back. It's the Project Africa, and we are talking to Comrade Umar Farouk and Malam Abdulaziz Suleiman. This insecurity, so many people are saying that it is political. Some are saying the government knows what to do if they want to do something. Boko Haram, what would you say is the real cause? Is it a natural thing or is political?
Let me be honest with you. It is not natural for people to be committing suicide bombing, killing innocent people and defenseless citizens. It is unnatural. But, well, if you say political and maybe ideologically inclined, because most of these issues are political in nature, mind you, and Boko Haram started during the late President Umar Yar'Adua. It wasn't, at least 5 years ago, Boko Haram started. And before Boko Haram, there were a series of groups with similar ideology like Boko Haram. Even outside Nigeria, in 1992 in Algeria, there was problem of insecurity. I'm sure it was more severe than what is obtainable presently in Nigeria. And the Algerians fought for more than 10 years. And to date, in the sub-Saharan Africa, it is only Algeria that you can largely say that they have successfully neutralized issue of insurgency of this nature. Now, back to Boko Haram. Unfortunately and very unfortunately, when the Boko Haram issue began to manifest, people felt, well, it will fizzle out. But it has not fizzled out. Here we are. And I believe strongly Nigerians must rally around the government of President Goodluck Jonathan, the security apparatus at the disposal of Nigerian state, in order for us to have a breakthrough against the insurgents.
Now, very quickly before we go, 2015 general election is here, comrade. You are a comrade, and to answer the name comrade, it means that you are putting a lot of hard work. Till now, few weeks, or let me just give it a few months to general elections, no clear candidates. Do you think that is a bad signal?
It's not a bad signal. And as a matter of fact, I want to disagree with you. Maybe on the part of other political parties, no clear candidate. But on the part of PDP, you can see some semblance of from what the reality on ground.
You know, we don't assume, we go with the facts.
But as far as the situation is concerned, you can quote me, PDP cannot have a better alternative to President Goodluck Jonathan. And by the grace of God, the PDP as a party, they will organize their team, primaries. After that, he will emerge as candidate. He will contest the election, and he will go ahead and win the election and beat any other person hands down. That I am optimistic. And not only that, I know that 2015 election is going to be peaceful. It's going to be devoid of gun and bombs. Unlike the impression being created by people, there will be violence, there will be what? There won't be any violence. By the grace of God, Nigerians are going to unite. There are going to be a peaceful election. INEC is going to conduct free and fair election. And at the end of the day, INEC is going to declare the person that Nigerian people are going to elect, and INEC is going to declare that person as the winner of the election.
Okay, you are a comrade. People are saying that President Goodluck Jonathan is violating the electoral laws, campaigning before declaration, when the INEC has not said you can go ahead and campaign. There are so many groups here and there doing one thing or the other for Jonathan, for Goodluck, and for this. Do you share that sentiment?
At all, not at all. In fact, let me say that, for the record, it was some of the parties, the opposition parties, that started campaigning all over the place. And they have been doing it, and they are on it. Largely, what some people misinterpret as campaign on the part of Jonathan is that he visits state to receive people that they come to his party. And also there are sundry groups which, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know whether they are really affiliated to PDP as a party. I have made inquiries. I have learned that they are on their own, they are operating on their own, they are sourcing their own resources, that they have not gotten endorsement from either the president or his party. So that one, I will not hold him contempt for that.
Okay, are you a member of the PDP?
I am not a card-carrying member of PDP.
Do you support the PDP?
Well, if PDP is doing something good, I will support them. If APC, they are doing something good, I will gladly say yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. As a way of rounding off, comrade, the elections are here. What is the role of the United Nigerians Forum in the whole picture?
We are going to encourage Nigerians. In fact, we have started doing that. Go and make sure you obtain your voter's card, because without voter's card, on the day of the election, nobody is going to allow you to vote. So make sure you have your voter's card, arm it, keep it, let it be with you, keep it in a very safe place. As soon as the timetable is out, get ready. On the day of election, go there, vote for a credible candidate of your choice. Very credible, who is going to move Nigeria forward, a candidate that shares the same sense of Nigerianity with us.
Malam Abdulaziz, you are a leader of the Northern Emancipation Network. What do you think that network will do?
You see,
to make sure that this forthcoming election is credible and fair.
You see, what we have been doing all along is to disabuse the mind of particularly the northerner, because our group is northern based, from being carried away by the politics of regionalism or ethnicity. We insist that what we would rather advocate is generational power shift and not regional power shift. So that the Northerner has now started asking, if you tell him, if the politicians or the predator elite we have in the North tells him that we want power to shift to the North, the ordinary Northerner has now begun to ask, to who? Do you understand? To who? If you tell him that you want power to return to the class of manipulators that we have accused of monopolizing more than 99% of the available activity in the region, he declines. So, like I said, from our own perspective, I might really not be campaigning for PDP, but we see President Goodluck Jonathan as a symbol of hope for people of humble background, because if he could rise from such a humble background to become the president of Nigeria, it shows us that there are opportunities in the Niger Delta which we lack in the North. We want to educate the Northerner to forget where a person comes from, so long as he tallies with a cut.
What the people want.
Yeah, a cut, particularly a breakaway from that old brigade.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the much we can take on Project Africa this week. The thing is, we have been discussing leadership, insecurity, and 2015 general elections. And the people that just did justice to this has been Comrade Umar Farouk is the convener United Nigerians Forum, and Malam Abdulaziz Suleiman, he is the leader, Northern Emancipation Network. I hope you have been informed. The most important thing is Nigeria belongs to every one of us. There is no other place you can call your own. And like somebody said, gone are those days where you say, sit down, look, is my political party. You just have to come, you just have to be a part of it, so that there will be a Nigeria tomorrow. Because if you keep quiet, you never can tell. The flood might just get to where you are. Until next week, I am Festus Ejirogo Nefife. Remain a loyal and a faithful Nigerian.